Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. The name's Shaky, here with another video. A video talking about portal masters, a theory of what is the difference between a dark portal master and a regular portal master. First, I have to tell you how one becomes a portal master, like Master Eon. He or she can't inherit it through blood, nor they can achieve it through mastering it. Only certain souls are bestowed with this power, so there's a higher force bestowing this power of a portal master to them. And I'm gonna put a screenshot from the first game, a scroll, actually a solid information confirming what I said. If you take another look at the screen, it says that the number of portal masters popping up through the centuries always changes, so it's never on schedule. Keep in mind what is written on the scroll. It says that a portal master can't give their offspring the same powers. Keep that in mind, because we have an example of dark portal masters that don't follow this rule. Cassandra and Chaos. Both mother and son are dark portal masters, and we know for somebody to become a portal master, the chances of that happening is low, and it's the same percentage for an offspring of a portal master, so it's never a guarantee. So it begs the question, why is Chaos a dark portal master? Well, we could assume that Chaos is adopted, but I would hardly think that Cassandra, his mother, would tolerate him for many years and not being related to him through blood. Now let's continue with the video. I'm here to tell you what's the difference, right? Of a regular portal master and a dark portal master. The difference is, my theory, that a dark portal master gets his or her powers from the darkness, an ancient entity, not from Skylanders, from a different world, from a different universe. So it's an alien to them. And if you take a look at the screen, a video between Chaos and the darkness, we see that the darkness easily took Chaos's powers like it was nothing. We could assume that the darkness could do that to regular portal masters, but for some reason, why didn't it? We know that in the 5th game that we don't have any power over the portals, they're shut down, but he didn't manage to take away our vision, our seeing eye to the world of Skylands. So it means that the darkness doesn't have full power over us, but only has full power over the dark portal masters. I can use this footage to support my theory and use the fact about Chaos and his mother being dark portal masters to expand upon the theory. What I mean is to explain what's the relationship between the darkness and the dark portal masters. So, there's a relationship. Then there has to be a need for the relationship. Then what is the need for the darkness to have dark portal masters? To answer that, we have to look in the past, before the time of the 5th game, when the darkness was still trapped in his own prison. So, the darkness needs to get out of his own prison, wants to get out. What he uses is dark portal masters. So that means that the dark portal masters are just tools for the darkness to get out of his own prison. But how does the darkness bring the dark portal masters to him so he can get out? We get our answer from a comic called Skylanders Rift into Overdrive. When Chaos was at the academy, and when he was there, his powers got even more stronger because he was closer to the darkness. This tells us how the darkness was ever going to manage to get a dark portal master to him so he can be freed. Now, in my mind, is asking a question. What is the link between the darkness and the dark portal masters? What I mean is a mind link between the two. Do they have, or don't they, and what type? In my opinion, they do, and the type is a one-sided telepathic link. Why is it a one-sided? Because one of them is gaining all the transferred knowledge and the other does not. The one who's gaining all the knowledge is the darkness, and the dark portal master does not gain any knowledge from the darkness. We see this in the 5th game when Chaos saw the darkness for the first time and heard him. He was completely surprised. He did not know that the darkness was actually like that. This tells us that the dark portal masters can't gain any knowledge from the darkness through telepathy, but the darkness can gain knowledge from the dark portal master. Since we see in this 5th game that when the darkness told Chaos to say hi to his mother, that literally proves that the darkness has a telepathic link, because we know that the darkness could never have met Cassandra because he was imprisoned before she was born, and when he was freed, Cassandra was still trapped in her own prison in the 3rd game. So, yeah, the two actually have a one-sided telepathic link. This also tells us how the darkness manages to keep in touch with the world around him. Now I can go on with the summarization. So, what's the difference between the regular Portal Masters and the Dark Portal Masters? Firstly, their powers from where do they come from? The regular Portal Masters, their powers come from the higher force, and the Dark Portal Masters, their powers comes from an alien entity called the Darkness. The other thing we know of is when the darkness went away in the 5th game, we see that Chaos loses his powers at the end. So it tells us that the darkness actually is the only thing that gives them power. And the Portal Masters, I believe they don't need the higher force to be able to still have the powers, but only they need that higher force to actually be bestowed upon them. Now, we go on with the ability difference between the two. I believe they don't have much difference. They both have control over portals, and they both can conjure spells and use elemental abilities. So the only difference between them is where their power source comes from. Now we go on with the 3rd thing, what's the difference between them, is how one becomes a Portal Master or a Dark Portal Master. Now the 3rd thing is, for the regular Portal Masters, their powers, when one becomes a Portal Master, it only happens randomly or when needed. That's it's an opinion from Master Eon, and a Portal Master only pops up when he's most needed. But it's not to confirm if it's true or not. We only know that regular Portal Masters are a force for good. We don't know if they can be neutral or be malicious or evil. Well, it'll be good if in the next game they further explore that idea of regular Portal Masters. Let's call them Portal Masters. I'm so tired of calling them regular Portal Masters. They're not even regular, they're awesome. Portal Masters, that is us, Portal Masters. And the Dark Portal Masters, they can actually have offspring of them, more Dark Portal Masters. I don't believe that they can pop up randomly like the other ones, because if that did happen, we would have actually seen more Dark Portal Masters in the games. We only saw Cassandra and Chaos. This could tell us when the darkness before he was trapped, he literally bestowed powers to few beings, or I don't know how many, and when and their offspring, they will inherit their powers. So and that's what I think. Let me think. Let me check my checklist. Did I check everything? From where their power source come from? Check. What's their ability difference? Check. And how one pops up? Check. I think that's all of it. Okay, that's all. Finally, I finished this video. I hope you liked it. I only want you to watch the video from the beginning to its end. No need to subscribe or like. I just want you just to watch the whole thing. And I thank you if you watched it. And it'll be good if you comment down below what's your thoughts, and if you want to tell us even further more information so we can make another video, or I actually can make a conversation with you in the comments down below to furthermore make it even more fun, or more. I don't know how to end this. Well, it's done. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day, have a lovely good morning, and have a lovely good night. Bye.